Yo, what is up? We just got a tweet from the official Zzzero Twitter account, and it talks about they have some optimization, some plans for version 1.1 in here, as well as for version 1.2. So I'm very excited. I want to see exactly what they are planning on changing. I already kind of spoiled myself. I took a look at number 2 over here, and that looked very promising. We're gonna break down this entire tweet. This reads horribly. This looks really bad. But I'm also gonna make sure that I'm giving you guys examples, and I want to be able to explain to you why these changes are asked for or necessary, because it seems like they are responding to a lot of the community feedback for Zenless Zero. Over here, it says that we have also realized that many areas in the game need further refinement and optimization, and we've received invaluable feedback from you. So they're listening. The devs are actually listening, so that's actually really exciting. Such as improving the connection between the HDD TV mode and combat experience, offering more diverse and challenging combat options, and optimizing some repetitive exploration experiences. That's really good. TV mode is a huge complaint from the community, at least with the launch of the game. Personally, I don't really mind the TV mode, right? I do like Zenless Zero and how they structure their content a lot more than open world games, but that's that's just a matter of preference. The TV mode is also like narratively driven. It's a peek into how Faith and are able to interact with Hollows remotely from their room. So I personally don't really have too much problem with it. Now, can it get repetitive sometimes? Absolutely yes. They look like they're trying to improve that. No, but yeah, offering more diverse and challenging combat options, that's really, really good. A lot of people complain, or their main concern about Zenless Zero is that like it's too easy, which is definitely the case for the story mode. And why the thing about Zenless Zero is that I do think once you hit like level 40, 45, the content is pretty challenging. I think the twin ballerinas, and I think there's this one construction boss who has like a lot of attacks. I feel like some of these are pretty tricky. Like obviously they're not as tricky as the Wuthering Waves enemies, but it does take time to learn some of their attack patterns. The thing about Zenless Zero is that it ramps up, but very slowly. Very, very slowly. You have to put a ton of hours to reach level 40. So I don't blame people for having the impression that Zenless Zero is just, baby's new gacha. I mean, in some ways it is. In some ways it's not nearly as challenging as Wuthering Waves. But I feel like we have to remember that Wuthering Waves is the exception, right? Like, most gacha games are really easy. And it seems like they're saying, hey, you guys want more challenging combat options? Let's work on getting more challenging combat options. Again, the devs are listening. That's good. Let's go ahead and read this. Optimizations expected to be implemented in version 1.1. Number 1. In terms of the narrative experience, in the latest story missions of version 1.1, for the first time, you will be able to interact with new Eridu's neighborhoods and fight through levels to advance the story's progress from the perspective of the mission's protagonist. I'm going to be honest here, I don't really know what they're talking about exactly. How I'm imagining this is that how Chapter 1 focuses on Nekomata, I guess it'll allow you to walk around the streets of New Eridu as Nekomata, which is really cool because I do think that we should be able to walk around New Eridu with people that are not just Bell and Wise, characters that you own. And it seems like you might be able to do it with the mission's protagonist. But I might be wrong about this. Let me know what you guys think about what number 1 is. I feel like it's not a huge point, though. Number 2. A button for manual chain attack mode will be added to the squad lineup interface before entering combat. Okay, so kind of like, like when you go to the HIA, there's like a little immersive mode button. It seems like in the squad selection area, or like when the team lineup, you'll have that button. And in this mode, after stunning an enemy, your actions will not trigger other agents' chain attacks. Interesting. I don't really know what that means exactly. It should still like trigger the other ones sequentially, right? I don't really get this one. Yeah, I'm not too sure about this one specifically, but it says over here, additionally, a cancel chain attack combo function will be added to combat, allowing you to choose whether to use the manual chain attack mode according to your preferences. Okay. I feel like this whole patch notes maybe like ran through Google Translate or something, but okay. Basically now you're going to be able to cancel your chain attack. And why would you want to cancel the chain attack? Well, the reason why you might want to cancel your chain attacks is this.
As it turns out, all the animations of your character's chain attacks count towards the total stun duration. So all the time you spend using each character's chain attack directly cuts into the time you can spend on your main DPS. So
essentially what she's saying is your stun duration time is limited, and contrary to what you might intuitively think, the time spent for every agent to do a chain attack is actually dependent on their animation. It's not free, right? You don't just get to go Lycan into Sokaku into Ellen for free. It's actually like, okay, Lycan takes like 3 seconds, Sokaku takes 7 seconds. Instead of using that 7 seconds for Sokaku, what Sweetly proposes and says that will give you more damage is by not using Sokaku's chain attack, assuming you have the buff already for Ellen. The whole reason why you would use Sokaku's chain attack would probably be a matter of convenience to pass her fly the flag attack buff onto Ellen. That is the primary reason why they are adding this button. It was either one of two things. Either the chain attacks that the agents do are all equal, or rather they're all free and they don't reduce the stun timer of the mob, or you get a cancel chain attack combo button. And you know, I think this is probably preferred because I think this allows for just a slightly, very slightly more skill expression, or at least game knowledge expression. Number 3, in terms of combat, we have added a series of challenging combat missions and game modes that will be continuously updated. All proxies are welcome to try them out in the new version. Hell yes, that's good. 4, in Shiyu Defense, we have improved the display of enemies' attribute resistances, making it easier for you to select suitable agents for each challenge. Okay, great, awesome, more quality of life, amazing. Number 5, after unlocking a new agent, the internal avatar of that agent will be automatically unlocked. Now you can select your favorite agent as your internal avatar. Okay, that's whatever, who cares really, but it's cute at least. That is interesting though. Actually, I do have a small comment on that. So thematically, these are the avatars that are available for the Internaut. It does look like you do have bots with different custom avatars. So I guess it's cool. It would be really interesting to see if like the Internaut avatars are like they're actually the pictures of the characters, because in the Internaut, canon-wise, you are supposed to remain anonymous. You're not supposed to be identifiable. So I'm interested to see if they'll actually have the pictures, or if they'll have like, maybe it'd be really cute. Okay, I don't know if they're actually thinking this far ahead, but it would be really cute if they had like the characters in this art style. Let's see over here. Number 6, the battle menu interface on mobile devices will allow you to customize certain UI buttons within a preset plan, so you can choose the controls that best suit your playstyle. Amazing. Very good. Number 5 is, you know, cute. Number 3 though, and number 2, big, super big. This is the biggest sign that the devs are listening. I think we should all feel a little appreciative of that. I think anyone who filled out the surveys, thank you. And I'm going to probably spend a little more time on the surveys myself, because it feels like they are very receptive to feedback from the player base. Let's take a look at 1.2. Optimization is expected to be implemented in 1.2. 1. For completed story commissions and exploration commissions with uncollected rewards, we will be adding a fairy assistance feature, temporary name. Once you meet certain requirements, you can hand over these missions to fairy and receive all the uncollected commission rewards after a set period of time. How would you have that? You completed them, but you didn't collect the rewards? But okay. All right. Number 2. While exploring the monitor array, the automatic accelerated playback, when enabled, will not be interrupted by other events. Additionally, the animation playback speed for some events will be increased, providing a smoother gaming experience. This is good. This is good. I feel like a lot of people who complain about the TV mode, they don't know that there is a fast forward mode in Zenless. So let me go ahead and hop in over here and explain. So we are in the mission, and what we're gonna do here, you have a fast forward button, and this fast forward button does make you move quicker, as well as it speeds up the dialogue in these sequences. And so now it's going to work a little better. Number 3, a preset lineup feature will be added. You will also be able to choose whether to include Bangbu in your lineup for battle commissions. The lineup controls before the Shi defense will also be optimized. That's awesome. There will be a team make menu that you could kind of like pick and choose and apply whenever you go on a mission. Instead of having to pick your 3 characters over and over and over again, you can instead just pick a lineup that you've already set. So that's going to be nice. Number 4, the entrance location for agent training will be adjusted, and repeated combat stages will be added, making it easier to access training and familiarize yourself with agent-specific controls. What I think number 4 is I think they will put the free training option menu somewhere that is a little more easily accessible. Maybe you could do it from your main menu phone, and then they're going to also add combat stages to it, which is cool. Number 5, after reaching a certain internet level, a feature that allows you to freely change the time will be unlocked, making it more convenient to adjust the in-game time. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god. Okay, this is something that unlocks like level 30, 35 or something. But over here, the DMs, you can DM your agents to go out on like little dates or whatever, right? Just like, you know, you guys go out to like watch a movie or go to the arcade or whatever. And so these events, what happens is usually the character like Billy, he will schedule a meeting with you, a date with you, right? And it would be on your schedule, like over here. But it would be on specific times. This one in particular has every time because it's like a mission. I have to take Billy to the Hollow. But if you can imagine, these trust missions happen on sometimes only certain parts of the day. And so what you have to do is like, it's so annoying. What you would have to do is you would have to go to the HDD system. What I used to do is I would go to Prologue Chapter 1. I would go into the story mode and I would look in hard mode and I would find whatever challenge took me the least amount of time to complete and just do it. So I have 20 seconds on this stage. And basically whenever I have to like advance time, I would do the stage. And you might be thinking, why don't you just sleep? Why don't you just sleep on the couch, right? That does advance time. You can only sleep on the couch 2 times a day. The first one is free, which is like you could do it anytime. But the second time only can be at midnight, where you turn in for the day and start the new day. So it's like, you know, that's like pretty useless to it. You know what I mean? So the fact that you could just advance time, thank you. Number 6, based on your feedback, we have optimized the background brightness in some commissions. Okay. Number 1, optimization is expected to be implemented in later versions, so later than 1.2. These are far goals. Okay, so number 1, currently you can only control Wiser Bell in the city instead of other agents you have obtained. In the special program live streams of later versions, we'll announce our current progress and future plans. Please stay tuned. Okay, so this one doesn't actually say they're going to do anything, but it does imply that you're going to be able to control other agents than, than the characters Wise or Bell, which is nice. That's amazing. Number 2. We will be continuously improving the models for some agents to provide proxies with an improved visual experience. That's great. We will continuously optimize the interface interaction experience and combat interface UI. All proxies are welcome to explore the game further and let us know your suggestions. Absolutely great. And I think that's about it. That's awesome. All right. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I will see you all next one.